Good morning and welcome to AGORACOM Small Cap Stock News. It's Monday, January the 13th, 2014. I've done my morning homework and found some press releases that stood out to me, and I talk about, sorry about the mic there. I hope you could hear me early there. As I said, I done my morning homework. I go over a bunch of press releases. I find the ones that stand out to me and give you my insights into what I see in the news that stands out. I'm Alan Barry-Labucan. I'm the Chief Market Commentator for AGORACOM. We are trying to keep our show to about a 10-minute time frame, but have a feeling I'm going to run a little bit over today because we've got 13 companies to talk about. Lots of really big news in the market today, and including one big takeover for $2.6 billion in the industry. So I'm going to get right to it. The first company I'm going to talk about today is Goldreach. Goldreach announced their resource calculation for their Ox deposit, which is located 4 kilometers southeast of their Seal deposit and is part of their 100% owned UTSA property in British Columbia, Canada. On this global resource at Ox, it talks about contained 97.4 million pounds of copper equivalent, and you can find more details in the press release about that resource. Just looking at the stock today, and the stock is flat today. It's $1.20 on 2,400 shares traded, so it doesn't look like the market was overly excited about what they saw in the press release. Just looking at their stock chart, it's a patchy trader. It's bottomed in December, has come off that bottom quite significantly. Again, it's on low volume. Some days it doesn't trade at all. This company's got an interesting project, but I really think it needs to work on its audience building. The stock symbol is GRV, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. Next company today is Beaufield Resources. It's actually a kind of a dual news release. Beaufield Resources and Melchior Resources are part of this project. They had drill results out from the Launay gold project, which is in Quebec. They had 26 meters of 1.61 grams per ton gold, had a 9-meter intersection of 4.62 grams per ton gold, including 6 meters of 6.5, 13 meters of 3.92 grams per ton gold as well. So some really good drill results in there. I'm just going to look at Beaufield. They're up a half a cent today to 6 cents on 23,000 shares traded. Just looking at the stock chart, this one's another bit of a patchy trader. Does look to have bottomed in December there. With patchy traders, it's always hard to predict or get an idea of where the stock's going. Simply because it doesn't really have a solid trend because of the lack of volume. BFD is their stock symbol. They trade on the Venture Exchange. Next company up is Diamcor. Diamcor announced that they're selling 3,995 carats of rough diamonds in fiscal Q3 2014. This is from their project in Venetia, the Venetia project, and they talk about the sizes of the stones and more details of those stones. What they got out of those stones, it looks like 1.43 million. They'll give you the breakout of all the values per carat. You can find that on the company's website. The stock is flat today at $1.60 on 17,000 shares traded. So not a very active day today based on that news. The stock has been trending upwards since back in May. I would say actually more likely the end of July there. And it went on a pretty good run, not on huge volume or anything. This one's a bit of a light trader as well. Could definitely benefit from audience building as well on this company. Recently, just in the last week or so, it kind of showed some weakness when it dropped below its the 20, 50, and 100-day moving average, but then it got back up above the 100-day. So we got to watch this trend closely. It's hard to get a good handle on it right now. It's going through some choppy type action. DMI is their stock symbol, and they trade on the venture exchange. Next company up is Fortuna Silver Mines. They reported record production of 5.9 million ounces, silver ounce, 5 million ounces of silver, and that's on equivalent ounces basis. And they also issued their guidance for 2014 from their various different mines. They have 3 of them. There's always a good quote in the press releases. I don't have time to go into it. You can find that on the press release. But Jorge Ganoza, who's the president and CEO of Fortuna, always does a great job in explaining what's going on with the company. So I'd suggest that you take a look at that news. Just taking a look at the stock now. The stock market really liked this news. Stock's up 29 cents, which represents 8.9% move. They're at $3.55 on 310,000 shares of trading. So a really good move on the news there. They bottomed back in December. I believe they were a tax loss selling, a victim, and they, as I said, they bottomed at 270 in December. Since then, they've been showing a lot of good signs in the market. They broke across their 20 and 50-day moving averages now, and now they're making a move at the 100-day moving average. This is a very solid trend. This is one that I'm looking at. I think that this company's got a lot of bullish type action left in the near term. I'm going to take a look at this one for end of the week show. FVI is their stock symbol, and they trade on Toronto. The next company is Renegade Petroleum. Renegade Petroleum announced that they're looking at selling $109 million worth of assets, and they also announced their January 2014 dividend. This is interesting. The company has looks like 203 million shares out, so you're talking about almost 50 cents a share there for the disposition of their assets, and yet the stock is only trading at 93 cents. It's up 2 cents today on 304,000 shares traded. I'm just looking at the stock 1-year chart and see what I can find out there. It's been a flatliner since, for most of 2013. It definitely needs a catalyst. Maybe this is the catalyst. I'm going to do some more homework on this company. RPL is their stock symbol, and they trade on the venture exchange. The next company up is Anaconda Mining. Anaconda Mining announced that they've earned $2.64 million in fiscal Q2. This is for their 3 months ended and 6 months ended November 30th. Net income of $2.64 million, as they announced, or 1.5 cents per share on a fully diluted basis. I'm just going to look at the stock right now, see what the market thought of the news. Not much. It's flat today. It's 7 cents on 183,000 shares of trading. Just going to look at the stock chart. It's a patchy trader as well. Really could benefit from building its audience. Been in sideways action for the last month and a half. Going to do some homework on that one. it definitely needs a catalyst to see it break out. ANX is their stock symbol. They trade on the Toronto Exchange. Next company up is Brigus Gold. Brigus Gold reports the annual production of 98,000 ounces of gold from their Black Fox mine in 2013. And they also break it down to their last quarter. Oh yeah, they've also are a part of a takeover by Primero. Those details are in the company's on the company's in the news release. Stock's up 2 cents today on to 89 cents on 1.6 million shares of trading. So very active today. The stock, it had its big spike, but that had a lot to do with the takeover offer. It's hard to say where the market's going to go from here with the takeover offer on the table. BRD is their stock symbol. They trade on the Toronto Exchange. The next company is Primero. Primero announced that they produced 143,000 ounces of gold equivalent in 2013. They also provided their cash cost production and cash cost guidance for 2014 with a 3-year outlook. So they've got a good runway of information there that give them some ideas. They look like they've got a fairly low number on their their cash costs and in their all-in sustaining costs. You can find that on the company's website in their press release. The market liked this news. It's up 13 cents today to $5.16 on 382,000 shares of trading. Just going to pull up their stock chart now. It bottomed back in December. Since then, it's been getting stronger. Recently passed over its 20-day moving average. Hasn't quite exceeded the 50-day, so that's a sign that I'm waiting for. I think it's got a heck of a good chance of doing that. So I think it's ready for some good performance, more bullish type action. P is their stock symbol, and they trade on Toronto. The next company up is Pilot Gold. Pilot Gold drilled 7.6 meters of 5 grams per ton gold at their Kinsley project, which is in Nevada. These guys have a lot of experience in Nevada. The management has been part of a past takeover in Nevada. Fortune. I can't remember the company now, but it was a couple companies that I followed. One of them was taken over by a bigger company and then ultimately taken over. So very good group there involved with Pilot Gold, especially when it comes to Nevada projects. Stock's flat today on 94 cents on 65,000 shares of trading. Just going to look at the stock chart. Been a flatliner for several months now. Definitely need of a catalyst to move the company up. I'm going to do some homework because these are good people involved with this company. I'm going to do some homework and try to figure that company out a little better. PLG is their stock symbol. They trade on Toronto. Next company up is Timmins Gold. Timmins Gold, one of the companies that we followed a lot in our various different shows. They have surpassed their guidance with record production of 120,000 ounces of gold equivalent in 2013, and they hit 34,563 ounces for the fourth quarter of 2013. So they've got some very good production numbers in there. You can find that on the company's website. The market liked the news. The stock's up 12 cents today to $1.38, which is a 9.5% move. Just looking at the stock chart, and for 1 year, it bottomed back in December. This was actually a tax loss sell pick for George Chiolis. He and I are having a contest of who can pick the best 6 companies in there for tax loss, and that group of companies from both of us are doing very well. This one's doing also very well. George picked it at about $1.07, almost trading at $1.48 within a couple weeks after. Very good performance. TMM is their stock symbol, and they trade on the Toronto Exchange. Next company up is Lucara Diamonds. Lucara announced that they're selling up to 420,000 carats of diamonds in 2014. They revenue of 150 to 160 million is expected from the sale of those diamonds in 2014. Plenty of details about this news in the company's press release. Just looking at the stock, it's down 11 cents today to $1.65 on 478,000 shares of trading. I guess the market didn't like what they saw there. This has been a very powerful stock since May, and we'll see if this is enough to break the trend, but it's looking pretty solid right now. Lucara's stock symbol is LUC, and it trades on the Venture Exchange. The next company is Centerra Gold. Centerra Gold announced that they produced 690,000 ounces of gold in 2013, and they also provided their 2014 guidance. So you can find out all that information, some good information in there on the about that news. Stock's up 8.5 cents today to $4.73. Just going to take a look at the stock chart for the last year. It bottomed back in November. Since then, it's been on a very bullish trend. Has broken through its 20-day, 50-day, and 100-day moving averages. This is a very bullish trend here. I'm going to be considering this one for the end of the week show as one of the picks. CG is their stock symbol, and they trade on Toronto. And the final news today, and I purposely saved this big one for last. It comes from Osisko. Osisko has been offered a hostile takeover offer of $2.6 billion in cash and shares from Gold Corp, which equates to $5.95 per share in cash and shares to Osisko shareholders. Now, I've often said that I think that that Osisko is the next Gold Corp in the making, and they're still early in their sort of growth profile as a producer, and so I'm a little saddened to see that this is coming out now. It's very timely for Gold Corp. I don't think it's a big premium for Osisko. The market liked the news, of course. It's up $1.02 today to which is 19.7% trade change, and they're traded 88 million shares so far. So the market liked the news. Of course, they're going to go up because of the takeover price. But again, I'm not overly excited. Although it was one of my picks in George Cholis and I's. We did that tax loss selling show back in December. Picked a bunch of companies. I picked this one at $4.65. So at 6.38, it's been a great pick in the last couple weeks worth of performance. But again, I think that management it sounds like they are referring to this as a hostile takeover, and they're probably not going to be too eager to want to do that kind of a transaction at these prices. The way the stock's trading today, it suggests to me that the market thinks that a bigger offer is going to come out, because this is trading at 20 cents above what the offering price is. So that's a very interesting situation too. Osisko's stock symbol is OSK, and they trade on Toronto. So we had a big show today. It was a long one, way past the 10-minute time frame. I can't apologize because we had a lot of great news to talk about, and that's what the show is all about. We're trying to find you good companies to do your homework on and find some investment winners in there. And I think there's some great candidates in today's show. Before making any investment decision, it's important for you to do your homework and speak with your financial advisors. On that note, look for our weekly or daily shows Monday through Thursday of the in the news shows. So you have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.